Hello. So I noticed my audio was down throughout the whole video of the first. Oh yeah. So you get the point. So I'm doing a redo, though, because this is not scripted. I really can't say word for word exactly what I said before, but I'll try to recap and put everything together. And I have this. Sorry to make videos that are audible and some that are not audible. I don't really have a phone right now, so please bear with me till my phone comes. Then definitely you would enjoy more better, you know, visuals from me. That would be sound clear and to your liking. I hope to get the right message across in every chance I get. So I was talking about the breath of one, or the breath as one, right? It's about us breathing, the breath of one, right? That's the topic. And the breath of one is just simply this infinite intelligence flowing through all that can exist. Anything that lives, that moves, that energy force that makes it moving is infinite intelligence. And that infinite intelligence is the breath flowing through us. It's not separate, it's just one. It's one, breathing energy that is always present. Seeing it looks like something that has this contracts of and it's always breathing. Because even when we're sleeping, we're still breathing. There's no point where we stop breathing. We're always breathing. We're always conscious. And that consciousness that is conscious of all consciousness of what is going through my head, your head, and all heads is called that breath of one. Yes. I hope I was able to clarify what the breath of one is. It's what gives life to all of existence. It's what makes, you know, the form come out from the formless. And so that is what we're talking about today. It is not it is not something that is an idea. Just like oxygen did not, discover, oxygen was discovered, right? But even way before it was discovered, we were all breathing in oxygen. We just understood what the process and the chemical components and everything that really happens breathing in. And that is how you are made to understand right now that this life force flowing through our nostrils is the breath of one that animates everything. Whether you know, come to understand it now or whenever, it comes to you, because it will all come to all because it is in all and it has never been separate from any of us. So whenever you come to understand it, what happens is you discover, because that's what understanding it becomes, a knowledge that, oh, so this is what it is. So today I was having an interesting conversation with the 13-year-old, and we said a lot of things because he kept asking questions and I kept going. I wanted to fetch water, naturally, because what I do is in between my lap of fetching water, I have a silent period of waiting for the water to be filled up, right? And that silent period of waiting for the water to be filled up is where I work out and use the rounds, use the what do you call it, the lap as rounds sets, as the case may be. So he kept asking me questions based on the fact that he was talking and I was, you know, responding. He's like my little friend around. Reason why children are more easily to learn is because they have less attachment to beliefs than we that have grown into beliefs that we allow shape our actions and emotions, and that's why it's called traumatized. You know, childhood traumas, they end up shaping how infinite intelligent. Thanks for animating all things. So anytime I see synchronicity, it's just like this for me to just fall into the act that is not even an art, but my heart will just want to be grateful more because every minute I'm grateful, every minute I want infinite intelligence to feel the fact that I am grateful for it flowing through me every milliseconds as much as possible, as much as I can make it feel like that. I want it to, you know, understand that it is genuinely who I am, to be grateful for infinite intelligence flowing through my nostrils because that is just love. And I'm grateful for love because the truth is we all love to feel good. Like the power of feeling good is such a positive energy that it grows, it spreads, it's so exciting. Imagine one point in your life where you have been mm, infinite intelligence. Thanks for flowing through all. Thanks for animating all. My living, my existence, my core, who I am, my existence of being. Thanks you. And I will always be grateful because this you see before you is an expression purely of infinite intelligence. That's one thing about spirit bonds. We spirit bonds, we can't, you know, we can't be, you can't get rid of us. We are rooted into the core of our DNA, into existence. Just the same way love in diversity would always come up. You cannot silence love in diversity. You can't silence love is love because love is love. Love is God. Love is everything. Love is feeling good. Is the highest level of feeling good. And so my little guy asked me a question about why demons. Like he's wondering why do demons exist, and I'm like, that's a very good question because the truth is, energy would always flow wherever attention goes. Like, whatever we feed our energy with through attention would always receive our power to expand. This is not a fact you can debate on. You can't even say you are not doing that because it is a physical law of the universe. It's as well spiritual as well, it's as well as it's both spiritual and physical, I mean to say. Sorry. Yeah, it's both a physical and spiritual, you know, as above, below. Exactly. It's true for all. Whatever we feed our attention to would always receive power to expand. And this is why they say flee from every appearance of evil. Because if you keep feeding your attention to negativity, you increase it, you expand it, you widen the broad width. You can't stop it from happening. Just like you can't stop the life force from flowing through you. Nor can you buy it if it doesn't want to flow anymore. There's nothing you can do, you know, to keep yourself alive. That's why the rich and powerful that understand, life is what makes every other thing important. Like if you're not alive, you can't have negative emotions. You can't even have anything, let alone you can't experience anything. You can't cry. You can't eat. You can't do anything. But we forget this so fast and think that somehow, somewhere, it's the other way around. But that's the whole battle for immortality. Meanwhile, the whole point of, you know, wanting to live forever would always involve having to learn forever. Because the more you learn, the more you grow, and the more you feed your attention to growth, the more it expands. Because energy would always flow wherever our attention goes. It is just how like attracts like. Why, if you have a positive energy, it will always attract a like positive energy. If you have a negative energy, it will always attract a like negative energy. Though it's might not be so simple to understand for some, but it is because attention would always direct the flow of energy, and the attention would attract whatever it's you know it's pointing on. So the whole point of these episodes of me coming online these days is just to try in my own, you know, capacity as I can, the little I can when I have electricity around here, to come online and try to increase the positivity of the collectives, because the more positivity increases, the more, love grows. Why? Because love would always be the highest level of feeling good. It is the highest, and nothing on earth can vibrate out of love. Okay, first of all, I am not a Manu fan, as this Manu stuff should. I am not a Manu fan. I was given this shirt by a wonderful neighbor of mine a long time ago, and I'm very grateful for his little contributions to supporting me the little way he can on his free will, because I'd rather have his free will every time, anytime, than anything less. I don't like high service or someone to do everything in obligation or compulsion or any other reason. I don't want any conditions to you expressing love. I want it to be as true as who you are. If you don't want to, it's very fine by me, because I love your free will. I would rather have your free will. And so I don't even try to, get you to express love. I just want to make you understand why, you know, why expressing love is better, but it's always going to be your free will to decide if, after understanding why expressing love, is advantageous to your very own self, and any reaction you choose to make afterwards is directly under your free will. But the understanding is just, you know, I hope I've not said too much. I just got cautious of it. But yes, I would make my mistakes in the beginning because this is my beginning. So join me or not in my beginning. The rest ahead of me will get even much better. I would grow to the point where I will be more audible every time because I'll grow to the point where you can now see me on mobile phone anytime. I would make more shorter videos that would be targeted busy basically on a specific message or a specific topic because there are really more than topics, from answered questions that generally people have wondered and pondered about. And there are so many questions that needs to be answered through me. And I feel those energy, exciting to come out of me. And so this is why I'm here because I believe if we all understand why feeling good is key to all, we would not have the misconceptions we already do about love. For instance, we and by we I mean me and the 13-year-old that was talking, having a conversation. We mentioned something about if babies need to feel good to grow. Imagine how much more we, need to feel good to grow. And we even mentioned systems that, inculcate feeling good in their systems, help their students grow faster and such economy have, upper hand because when there's boosting learning, there's boosting growth, and there's boosting development. That's why there's an advanced or higher systems than systems that lack love. Because the truth is, a system that is run by love would always be more favorable to love than a system that is not run by love. This is why Nigeria is where we are today. This is why no matter what the president sits down to say, and I respect God within all, including the president, I do not stand to, you know, make any less because I'm not trying to be God over any God in expression. I'm only God over the God within me, flowing through my nostrils. So yes, that is the most I want to, God over. I don't want to go God over anybody else. Like in the case of having a partner and all those mindset of trying to change your partner, control, through control, manipulation, and all that. I don't even know how people do that thing because for me, I have a total different perspective of, the whole relationship stuff. And because I don't want to sound too cheesy, I just, silent about the whole issue. But yes, for me personally, I would always want to unfold the God within all. I want to see, what's exciting thing lay behind that physical form that appears just like I'm so excited to see the God within this physical form right before me. So it's I think it's how I feel within that I would always express because I could never raise my voice over anyone because I don't feel I am because the only truth is No love is more righter than the other. There's no there's no God in expression right now as we speak. As I'm talking to you, as you're listening to this, or you're not listening to this, there is no God in expression right now that is more right than any other expression of God in expression. Because everything is God in expression. Everything is God. Everything is love. Love is everything. Energy can never be created or destroyed. It's just one shiny consciousness in sparkling infinite pieces of, you know, personalities as yourself and myself. That is all it is. And it's nothing wrong with it. Like people saying there's something wrong with God, like it's good to have opinions, honestly. Like I might sound like an opinion to you, and to be honest, I would not care how you interpret me. But I know the God within you that is flowing through your nostrils understands to its core. So I'll be coming once in a while online to elaborate on certain occasions that come to my head that I feel would help the collective have a new, brand new concepts and understanding of love to hopefully increase that expression of love as much as possible, because the truth about love is anything you do to another you do to love, anything you do to anyone you do to God. That's why they say love your neighbor as yourself. Sorry, I'm repeating myself here, but the truth is love your neighbor as yourself is only for your protection. It's for your good. It's so you don't express what you don't want to feel, because anything you do to another, any if you express anger to another, you're only doing it to yourself. You're only hurting yourself, because the anger has zero, zero, and I mean zero effect on the person you're angry with, but has every effect on you expressing that anger. That's just the honest truth. So when you understand why it is more favorable for you to feel good, to push towards feeling good at all cost for your own good, for your feeling good to grow, you know, you'd see how even my, shouldn't make you feel any, you know, God will help me, yes. But yes, I'm very strongly in belief that I can grow out of saying it, because I read a book where I didn't say it. I read a book where the guy was listening to his professor or teacher or whoever it was. I think he was a host, right? Listening to the other person speak, the speaker, yeah, and he was very, very focused on counting how many times the guy said, than even paying attention to what he was saying. Like anything he said was like at the side. He didn't even enter. He was counting how many times the man would say, you know, in his conversation. And I'm like, I laughed without, I laughed so hard because I find myself, guilty of this same very action. And so I'm like, so imagine all these times I'll just be talking and somebody else is thinking of how many times I'm saying this word. Like, wow. But the truth is, it's interesting. I wasn't angry about how people interpret words at that moment because the truth is, I'm not even angry at anything at any moment. So let me not say at that moment. I'm never want to be angry. I can never get angry. And I try my best every day to live expressing love. Like today, if I express love today, I hope tomorrow I express a better love. I do better at expressing love than I am. I do better at, you know, I do better at being my true self. And that is my concern of growth. Growth for me is facing my expression of love and expanding it. Some people ask me, what has that done for you? It helps me feel good, like must feel good. You can't say there's authentic living without it feeling good. Like you can't be having a spiral of negative emotions all the time, often, and you are living your authentic self. It's not possible. For you to be authentic to your true core, you must feel good. This is why it's so key to everything. Love is the highest level of feeling good. It must always feel good. It has to feel good to be loved. It can't but feel good. Like love feels good. Like anything at all must feel good to draw our attention. And though it might feel like, is this true? But the truth is, don't you want to feel good? Even the most, name it, the highest of highest strive to feel good. They acquire everything to feel good. It's just in their case or in others' case, most often we try to use external things that are the materialized substance of what we impress to feel good, which doesn't work that way because it's what you impress that gets expressed. I think I would use that for a topic another day because that is on its own a very wide topic. But yes, it is whatever we feel that draws to us our reality. If you feel positivity every day of your life, you would more likely draw to you positive experience. That's just the honest truth. If you are always grateful for everything sincerely, you are likely to, you know, draw positive experiences to yourself than if you don't feel good. If you don't feel good, you are likely to draw negative experience to yourself because like attracts like. Because energy would always flow wherever attention goes. Because whatever you feel, you feed attention. You say it's true. And this was the real grassroots of the boy's question of how demons, why can demons exist? Because the truth is, we feed them our attention, believing in things that don't feel good, and not understanding that as we're believing in those very feelings, that are not favorable to us, that reduces our true vitality as love beings. Our true vitality is always love, the purest form of love. What flows through infinite intelligence. Thank you for flowing through all. Thank you for animating all. So for every synchronicity I see, for every synchronicity I experience that I am conscious of, I would always be ensuring my breath and my vibration is in one with infinite intelligence flowing through me. So I'm drawn back to my very breath, and I'm grateful for the very breath flowing through me. And that's me. This is who I am naturally. This is my authentic self. I am infinite intelligence in expression of flesh, here to express infinite love because infinite intelligence is infinite love. Love is infinite intelligence. It's just one and what is everything is love, and love would always feel good. So the whole point of feeling good is to increase love. And the truth is, this is why hell cannot exist for some of us, and it has no business to do with you, or it has no business to do with me, or it has no business to do with some people that are not. It's a lie because there's no separation. Everything is connected. We are all one, experiencing life in infinite forms. And so, if hell exists for some, it exists for all. And anyhow you treat anyone is how you treat this love we all exist within. How you treat anyone is how you treat God. And so, if you're conscious of this fact that love is everything, there is no separation, why would you want to shoot yourself in the leg? Why? Why would you want to hurt yourself? That is where I am. Like, I don't see reasons why I shouldn't feel good. And so, because I don't see reasons why I shouldn't feel good, I want everyone to have that understanding as well. So they can for themselves decide if feeling good is it. Because the truth is, man is here to prove love. We're here to answer the big, huge question: why feeling good? Why do we seek to feel good? What is love? Why love? Why choose love? Why love? Why fall in love? Why fall in love? But all do to fall in love. I'm grateful to have this electricity that keeps me online, and I'm grateful to have this data that keeps me going, connected with all days with you guys. Though the truth is, I am always connected to you, just as you're always connected to me. For we are all one energy in expression, booming oneness. This is why Michael Jackson sang "We Are One." He wasn't crazy. He understood deeply, and for this, I would always respect MJ. MJ is someone I deeply and would always respect no matter what. I would always respect anyone roofing for love, anyone saying oneness, anyone saying love. And it's funny because if we look at it, the breath of one is love. You can really understand that Jesus Christ is the love of God. Like, he lived love, he's the love of God. So if you worship Jesus Christ, the character behind the love, or the character embodying the love, the character that took the sacrifice of expressing love no matter what, if you worship that character and live love that should be the main thing, that every attention is. You are idol worshiping. You are worshiping an idol. That's an idol. Love is not an idol. Love is the only thing that is everything. But anything else is an idol. So some people would say, some Christians rather, would say Catholics are worshiping idol in praying to Mary. But we do the very same thing when we pray to Jesus and we don't express love. Or when we believe in Jesus and we don't believe in love. Because the truth is, everything is one, everything is connected. You can't say there's Jesus and there's no love. Then you blaspheme. You literally go against that Jesus you talk about without expressing love. If you don't believe in love, you are against Jesus, you are against Buddha, you are against every religion, because everything is rooted in love, because we all exist within love. Love is who we are. In short, you don't just go against everything, you go against yourself. But love is free will, because free will would always feel good. That's why authenticity is said to be the highest vibrating this thing energy. Because to be authentic, you must feel good, you must feel yourself. So why don't you want other people to feel themselves? I used to ask, like, why are you so focused on making other people not feel themselves? And yet you say love, you say religion, you say it doesn't make any sense, because you're contradicting yourself. Because love is oneness, and oneness is love. Love is all, and all is one, and that one is love. Because it's crazy, but that's just it. And if you discover that today by chance of listening to me, it means that you've come to understand it. But just understand that just you merely understanding it today doesn't make it just start existing today. It has always existed. It is always going to be what is. All there is. Love is all there is. Anything we achieve without love would always be vanity. And vanity is any expression that isn't love. That's just the truth. That's what vanity is. Vanity is simply anything that has no love in it, that doesn't feel good. Because the truth is, only what is flowing through your nostrils is what makes life living. The day you stop having this breath, no matter how many cars you have, no matter how many phones you have, no matter how many gadgets you have, no matter how many houses you can acquire, all that disappears. This physical form doesn't ever come back. It's something else that will come. That's why people don't believe in reincarnation. Because reincarnation is said to be a comeback, and some people cannot comprehend how can I come back. But the truth is, you don't come back in the same form you came, because there's so many forms and God doesn't repeat itself. Like love would always go for infinity. There is so many forms out there. The forms are endless and new ones are created. They are new every morning, as in they are always new. New is life. Life change. That's why they say change is constant. You always see an expression that has never existed come into form, because all is in our DNA. Everything within our DNA would be expressed, and it is for infinity. You can't measure it. This is why Earth cannot be the only living things to exist. So when you say Earth is the only living thing to exist, I'm just like, okay, I understand where you're coming from, but yes, they are stuck onto the attachment of what you have been taught. Because most times what we understand It's just what we have been taught to understand, not even what we understand with our souls. Because when you really understand something, you like it has a nice feeling. That's why learning is fun, because when you learn and it's fun, you grow. And it's that growth that love is looking for. Love is looking for free will. Love is not looking for force. This is why wars and all this is just this our past generation that is carrying it on their head. Our present generation of children, they don't care. They are not looking for love that has to be toxic. They want to feel good. And because of Earth has rebirth itself, so the vibrations are. Thank you, Infinite Intelligence. Thank you for flowing through. So the vibrations are pressing and more intense than ever before to focus on love. So the next generation would always come to change the storyline. This is why the more you try to resist any expression of love, any expression of God in expression, the more you know, expand it, because anything you put your attention to would always expand. Energy will always flow wherever attention goes. And what you that's why that mainly because energy will always flow wherever attention goes. This law is why whatever you resist would always persist. So even though I grow every day and I might look so muscular, doesn't mean that I'm looking for a fight. In short, I run from fights. If you match me now, say thank you, sorry, please. I'm sorry. Just let us have peace. I will always seek what would favor my growth, which is feeling good, which is why I exist, than anything less. And so, this is my baby steps of coming back online without being on Facebook. Bear with me, as some days I might be audible, some days I won't be audible. As much as I can, I will try to redo any audio that doesn't turn out nice. And I hope I'm very audible, because I would go back to watch to see my mistakes, to get better at how I express myself and how I can make myself more clear, so that you can be more understanding of whatever I say. And so, yes, I don't like to pass 1 hour, because I love to work out and I love to, I'm a tech person. I love creating stuff. I love creating content. I love expressing myself as much as possible through any means I can. And I don't have all the tools right now, but my focus would always push forward, because it is the will that makes the way, not the other way around. Because if you walk on a path now and you keep walking on the path, it's that movement that is creating the path. And that's why when you make the path, everybody else can follow. Because so I hope to make the path to love, so that every one of us can tag along and love, because love is like a dance. And that reminds me, truly, instead of us feeding our emotions to things that don't feel good, our advice be on free will, feed our emotions to things that feel good. Even if it's just a memory that was really nice in your childhood of licking ice cream, or something that has this good feeling towards it, that is wrapped with good feeling. If you focus on that, I swear to God, it you would be amazed how good feeling, the power of positive thinking can change one's life. There's a book on it, Power of Positive Thinking. I've not read the book, but I believe reading the book, I would find out that it's all about love. Because the truth is, every book I've read, though they have different perspective, but everything underlining bottom is love. Love is everything. And the more I read, the more I enjoy reading, the more I get excited about reading more. Because for me, growth is everything, and I always seek growth. Growth feels good. Growth is love. Growth is moving. It's it's who I am. I grow every day. It's not probably scientific, but yeah, I don't need science to approve spirit because science is still inside spirit, still existing within spirit, trying to understand spirit and not wanting to use spiritual means to understand it. But yes, a lot of science is becoming spiritual. Quantum spirits, quantum entanglement, the quantum realm, that side, as they call it. Well, I'm happy that love listens because this breath flowing through our nostrils, it always listens. It listens with key care and intensity. That is why in this heightened vibration, anything you focus on would expand with intensity than you can ever imagine. And because of the way it's so intense, I seriously want it in your favor, in your positive favor, like positively to you. Like, I want you to listening get the best of love because love wants love. Like, our soul sent me to tell you it wants to just feel good through you. Let me have that chance. Like, that's the message of all I'm here for, and I'll keep coming, and I'll keep coming till I can push the attention from fear, from lack to love as much as I can, because I know that love would always win, and love is light, and the light shine it, and darkness comprehend it not. Love would always bring about enlightenment. So if you face love, you face enlightenment. If you're hearing enlightenment and you're not seeing any expression of love, know that there's something not right with that enlightenment because you can't be enlightened and not love. Doesn't make sense. Not able to love. So love is enlightenment. Thank you. Infinite intelligent for animating all. Thank you for flowing through me. Thank you for flowing through all. Thank you that whoever is listening can feel good wherever they find themselves. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. My living thanks you, Infinite Intelligence. And this is my honest, authentic self. So Infinite Intelligence flowing through me every time of my life. There's no day I'm otherwise. Like, I wake up with this energy of thank you, Infinite Intelligence, because today is a beautiful day for me to learn something beautiful. Because for me, everything about infinite intelligence in expression is beautiful. I want to see what God has to tell me today through everything that I exist within God. Because I understand I exist within God. But whenever I grew to understand this, wasn't the time that I started existing within God. I've always existed within God. I've always existed within God. I exist within God. It's not the day I realized it that I started to exist within God. So this is why born again doesn't really hit the nail on the head, because it's half truth of how do you have God within you when you give your life to Christ. So where was God before? He was not within you. Then how was it possible you were alive? Like the day you are alive, the day you have God within you. The day you die, you don't have God within you. It doesn't, because God is living. Like this earth we exist within is a living spirit being. So yes, anything we feed our attention to, we give power to expand. And when we feed our attention to fear, we summon demons. We give nothing, shadows, energy. They receive our energy through our attention, and something that is lies of love that would further cause separation will now start to expand from nowhere, because energy can never be created or, you know, or destroyed. It can only transform. So when we think we are losing our energy, losing love, what is gaining the love in a negative form is shadows that we often call demons and whatever it is, principalities and power. Those are just lies of love that don't exist. Because the truth is, nothing is powerful than love. It is the power we feed that gives anything power. It is the belief that gives the power. It is our understanding, and anything that can change anybody is love. So I bring love to you in hopes that love finds you where you are, and you incline more to love than any other emotions. And we hope to change the world with love, because love is what changes anything. And I believe strongly in the power of love that is flowing through my nostrils and through all, and through you listening, that love would always win. So I'm trying to wrap up this live session, and I hope somehow in these very few words of mine that one or two things I understood about love. Though it might look like I'm repeating the same thing some days, because the truth is it's just the same understanding that love is everything, does not change. So some days it becomes more clearer. The truth is I read Kabbalion for more than 100 times, and every time I read it, I have a new understanding of a deeper inner feeling of what love wants to express through all. And it's beautiful every time. So I am here with my blessing of ADHD, and I thank you for staying this long. If you're able to, I'm very grateful to all, to everything, to YouTube, to having a laptop, to everything that can make this possible right now. I'm deeply grateful. Even Facebook, yes, Facebook is a major thanks for disabling my two accounts. Yes, my two accounts are disabled by Facebook, and so they made this possible, because naturally I usually don't go live for a while. I haven't been going live because to be online has been rough, and being in Nigeria, they make it even more rough. I think Nigerians online should be given an award for it, because we really do a lot to be online. It has so much restriction for us because of fear. Fear would always bring about further separation, giving the illusion that there is a separation between me and you. And meanwhile, the whole point of individualization was to ensure that no stone goes unturned, like to address everything to its core, that everyone is expressed, every feeling is attended to, every feeling is analyzed, and so we all come in different infinite forms to understand if love, you know, experience this kind of life, what will be the outcome. So your kind of storyline now that you're experiencing, because every storyline is an expression of love. I'm a storyline, and I would bust your head very soon with the storyline that led to this very storyline that you're seeing right now. I just came across it and I was like, wow, Archie Giant. Coming from Giant, Rising Giant. That's Rising Giant, imagine Archie Rising Giant. Then you now see Archie Giant. Like, so you're seeing the dots, how it's connected. Okay, the word that I see there that is connecting is Archie and Giants. Imagine Archie Rising Giants. So there are two connecting words that are mutual. But yes, there's a lot more mutual than I would explain that in a content that I'm creating, I'm trying to generate to express. And yes, I'm neurodiverse and I see the world in the lens of love. And we neurodiverse have different variation. We no neurodiverse person is the same with the next person. Every expression is infinite in expression. Just like you and I. Just the same way two fingers will never be equal, two fingerprints will never be the same. Not even twins have the same fingerprints. So you can understand people that don't believe in incarnation because the truth is their physical body is not coming back again. But yes, their consciousness is, and people don't understand incarnation is about repetition of consciousness, not physical body. So when you're lost in the half truth of reincarnation, it will look like a lie to you because the truth is what you sense is true, but it is not the total truth because reincarnation is repetition of consciousness, and consciousness can never be created or destroyed. Consciousness has always existed, will always exist, and can never be destroyed. So this is why you can see children that would be born into certain, time, and they can, as small as they are, small kids will be able to play piano. They have soul memory. One of the things we talked about today is soul memory. Soul memory is your consciousness learning through different lifetimes. And it remembers things just like we have muscle memory, we have soul memory. Some soul memory might not remember the actual events that led to that remembrance, but it understands. That's why you don't need to know English to communicate. You don't need to know the language to communicate. You communicate with soul. So thank you very much for taking your time to watch this to the end. If you did, I'm very grateful. I had your free will. I'm sincerely, deeply grateful, and I thank you for trying to feel good out there because I hope that's the will of all, and I hope to promote that within all hearts. Feeling good. So yes, I don't have much to give you other than the words that flow through me from the love we exist within. And I know that's the very best I'm doing is giving what God's give me. So I give you the gift of remembrance to remember that is myself, to remember that God is love. Thank you.